I cut myself off and they're about to do a test in this building, so there may be a loud noise that comes in, and I want to see how far I can get before they start doing it. So I'm gonna come back to where I was, and point being that I got a prick in my heart. After I got that prick in my heart, what ended up happening is several months later, I was listening to a song, and I'll actually do a review on that one, called, it was Tamar Braxton, and it's Free Falling. And I'll do that at another point in time. But when I heard that song, I felt like somebody shot an arrow into my heart. And I was like, where did that feeling come from? Last year, 2 years actually, a little over a year and a half ago, I was walking in New York before I came back home, and I walked past a venue. And when I walked past the entrance, I felt like an earthquake went off in my heart. Now, you know what an earthquake feels like, a rumble of the ground, right? But imagine feeling that in your chest. It'll nearly knock you over. That's what I felt. And that's what I believe that the Lord is about to do to these men, if he hasn't already been doing it. And they're probably trying to figure out if they're still sane or not. I'm going to do a completely different video on that sanity part, because I think a lot of us, we're going through this with the understanding of what God is showing us. Imagine what they're going through and they don't have the understanding, confirmations, and the connection to God, that we know that what we are seeing is God giving us confirmation. They probably feel a little crazy right now. You're going to break that. I got another word on it. So getting back to the song, remember, it is Carl Thomas's Let Me Know. Yeah. Time and time when I sit and wonder just where you are and just how you feel. These men have been pondering. Do you really feel this way? Am I making this up in my head? These confirmations, am I okay? And some of your men, just be honest, some of your men have been on weed, drinking alcohol. Imagine having these feelings and having those attachments. Some of them were using the alcohol to make the feelings go away, and some of them were using the weed, and they thought that they may have been experiencing hallucinations due to the weed. I'm just being honest, that's probably what it was. They're like, am I sane? So you know how we feel. So imagine what they feel. And I pray this love will always stay together. The Lord has had them praying. They have been praying. God showed me months ago my husband on his knees in a vision. Then he showed me a photograph of him doing that. Not only was the photograph something I saw on my phone, he repeated it on the TV. Then Stephanie P did a video the other day that pretty much was talking about the prayer. Your husband has been praying for you. They made a promise to God about you. And funny enough, for one of the songs that I'm going to do later, it's called A Promise. And the way that the Lord's been showing me, he showed me an image of my God ordained spouse and the words A Promise above it, the image of him. I'm like, oh, okay. But funny enough, the next lyric in Lie to You Not is oh. So we can see, if this was meant to be, they want to know that what they are feeling is truly meant to be. So they know that they're going to have to come to you in order to find out if this is meant to be. For those of you waiting on your prodigal, they need to come back to see if you're going to take them back and if this is going to be meant to be. Because the last time I thought I would never see you again was the last time I thought I'd never touch you again. You came back to me after all the things I've did. In and out my life, and now you're back again. You're the one that remained constant. For those of you standing for a prodigal, you stayed constant on their thoughts. You stayed constant in their mind. For some of you, you went back and forth with this man, meaning you've been in a relationship with him, broke up with him, got back together with him, broke up again, and they're in the in-between saying, "Is she gonna really take me back this time?" Really? They don't know. And their hearts are suffering because they are in the midst of, somebody was talking about this. Oh my God. They said something about in relation to they've been in a tug of war. I don't know whether it was Stephanie P or Servant of God, but they've been in a tug of war. And it might have been neither one of them. It might have been somebody else I was listening to. But I remember somebody saying that they've been in a tug of war in their spirits recently. And that's what it is. I just got the message that you called me. Some of you either have called recently on notice from God, and I've been seeing these videos popping up where some of the women that I listen to have been saying that you're supposed to make the first move. You're supposed to call them. If God didn't tell you that, don't you dare call these men. I've told you this before. But if the Lord has been putting the unction on you, you have their number and you can call them. And the Lord's told you over and over again, you're supposed to call them. Now is the time for you to initiate that conversation. You're supposed to initiate the conversation. You said that you'd be coming back around. Because Deani Neves released a video talking about the communication. If I can think of it, I'm going to link it to this one. Was going to be restored, and you have to be prepared for when they call you back. Maybe we can try to make things better. Just work things out. They're willing to do whatever it takes now to work this out between you and them. Especially those of you waiting for your prodigal. They want this. They're not going to run from this. They're not going to ignore this. They're not going to put you on the back burner. They're not going to play no games with you no more. Now they're ready for you. I must be talking to somebody specifically because the past few videos I've been recording have been in relation to a prodigal, and I'm not standing for somebody I've been in a relationship with before. I'm not. Somebody that is listening to these is, though. So whoever you are, I hope this is blessing you, because this is for you, whoever you are. Let's see. I know people don't go through many situations. It's the ups and downs of love's tribulations. A lot of y'all went through a turbulent relationship. Y'all had some major hits. Y'all did some things to each other that was major, that most people wouldn't forgive the other person for. But you went through these ups and downs, and he's trepidatious because he don't know whether he can come back after what was done, and he don't know whether you won't receive him or not. They say good things come to those with patience. To those of us that haven't been in a relationship, but you've been waiting and God's been beating you over the head that this relationship is coming, they just trying to make sure, and you're the one that's been standing in the patience while they've been emotionally figuring it out. Elise, That's who did the word on Tug of War. Elise Marie did a word on Tug of War, but it wasn't called Tug of War. She talked about the man getting ready, because she was talking about a shape up. It took 40 minutes to do. That they've been taking their time to get ready, and the Lord's been allowing them to do so. And they are grateful for your patience in allowing them to get themselves together. They got everything else together. They just cleaning up the last minute things about themselves and the things that they need to do to prepare for the way God wants them to come to you. So let me wait, because I thought this was the last time. A lot of them some of them aren't in trepidation. They've kind of been trying to make sure that everything is just right before they approach you, because of the fact that some of y'all just going to straightly get married. They come into you with a proposal, and for them, for not having been in relationship with you, they got to make sure this is right before they come to you, because they know that, probably assuming that you still have the same type of previous element about you, you may not receive them well. So they're trying to plan this out as best as possible, to do as best as they can on how they're going to reach out to you. And for those of you that have not met your God-ordained spouse yet, they're like, I ain't met this person before. You serious? I'm supposed to marry them right off the bat? And God's giving them the time to get used to the idea to do this, because that in itself is a dangerous and humongous risk for them, especially in their level of influence publicly. That form of rejection, and they don't handle rejection well. They freaking out. So, they've been dealing with that. So, the chorus repeats, and then it comes to the bridge. As we dance, this was the best part of the song. This bridge was the best part of the song. As we dance on a cloud on the floor. As we dance so closely on the floor. You pull me closer, tell me so. They can't wait to be close to you in an intimate way, whether it be dancing or some other way, that they are fantasizing of you receiving them. That's why, wasn't it, Lord? Oh my God. Years ago, somebody came to me after I had prophesied to them something, and they responded back to me a response, very simply, receive them. And the way that they gestured their hands, it was almost like, pull them close. You're going to need to pull them close, because they need to know that you feel it. If you love me, let me know. They need to know that you're going to receive them, whether you've been in relationship with them or you haven't been in relationship with them. They need to know, yeah, I'm here with you too. I know exactly what you're going through, because God's putting you through the same trials and same tests that they're putting them through, and you understand, and they need to know you understand that, and that you're going to receive them in this moment. Because if you're not, they are saying, if you are not, please let me go. Meaning, spiritually, they need to be released from you. And physically, they need to be released from you so that they can go on with their lives. But as you know, as we know, because we've been standing long enough with the Lord, God ain't going to let it go until we get together, so that they can see that, yeah, we are together. But spiritually, they're like, if this ain't right, please, Lord, let me go. No, they're not going to, because he's trying to bring the point of letting you know that you and them are on the same page in the spirit, and they're about to see it when they see you. As we dance so closely on the floor, you pull me closer, tell me so. If you love me, let me know. If you love me, let me know. If you love me, let me know. or let me go. Let me go. Let me go. If you love me, if it's so, if you love me, they need to know you love them. That's what they really need right now. So I'm going to have to put two parts together because I got interrupted and I was able to cut the previous part off, but we're going to have to come back. So it's going to be split into two parts. And if you're seeing this, you know this. So I'll see you in the next one.